Okay, so here's an update on my project for the light up storage bins, which are those with all my parts. Um, so what I had before was a matrix where I had these LEDs. Well, not these. I had these over here that you can see. I've ripped them all out because first of all, they're regular LEDs. They're 12 volts, and they're not addressable. So I had this same sort of setup, one LED per bin, and this is upside down actually because the lights are on the top, and then this is the front. But excuse me. So what I had was a matrix where I literally had the wires running like this, like all the anodes and then all the cathodes. And it was just it didn't look messy because I made it really neat, but it did limit what I could do with it because it was a matrix like that. Not to mention the circuit to drive it was that right there, which was a lot of transistors, resistors, P-channel MOSFETs and N-channel MOSFETs for high side and low side switching. So that's gonna be all gone, and I'm gonna have just a power source and a microcontroller, and none of that transistor stuff because these are now addressable LEDs. They're the equivalent of, let's say, NeoPixels, but these would be what Adafruits call the dot stars, because they do not require that one wire protocol. These use regular SPI like, but you can literally use SPI. And on my microcontroller, I've tested it up to 12 megahertz, and that's why I like them, because they're really fast compared to NeoPixels, which are really slow. So anyways, so originally what I did in this case right here is I had these holes drilled, and I was literally in there with tweezers threading the wires from one side to the other side, and then soldering and all that stuff. It was really annoying. So what I opted to do was, now I have still a hole, but now I've cut a slot in there in all of these, and it doesn't weaken the structure of anything. So now with that slot cut in there, I can just take my strip, as you can see right now, and instead of going in there with tweezers and whatnot, I can quite literally just slide it in just like this. And I still haven't taken the tape off the back, so they're not going to stick in there. But that, boom, I'm done. All I have to do is stick them down, as opposed to going in here and threading the wires and soldering. And what I did was I grabbed this piece of tape right here, and I just spread it across this thing, and I marked the center of where I want the LEDs to be. So when I was making this little strip, I was making sure that the LEDs were located at those dots, so that it would line up nice and centered like this. And as you can see, since these type of LEDs, one goes after the other, there's a specific direction that they have to be, as you can see by the arrows indicated on them. So you have to make sure that, let's say if you're going to start here, that it's going in that direction, and your next row cannot simply be like this. Your next row has to be like this, because if the top is going like that, then some wires are going to come down and go like this, and then wires come down and go like this, so it's going to alternate. So I've been mindful of that. And so yeah, so maybe the next video, I don't have enough. I only have half of the bin done. Well, I only have enough LEDs for slightly over half, and I've ordered some more, and when those come I'll finish, and then I'll post a video of all the LEDs wired up and a prototype of of the thing actually working. So yeah, that's that.